Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk a little bit about Tier 1 holsters, and I don't know if this is new, how new this is, but it's a little bit different hardware set that they have that they sent me for my holster. And we'll talk about that, so let's get into it. Alright, so I've been using Tier 1 holsters for a little while, and I have told people straight up, family, friends, other people out there, if you want, in my opinion, the best holster, in my personal opinion, for concealed carry for appendix. I've not tried any of their other holsters. I'm not sure. But for appendix carry, this is the most comfortable holster I have ever used, right? I carry my Glock, my slim frame Glocks, right? My 43X, my 48s. I carry those appendix. I carry my my Glock 1923 style guns, appendix, and also I've been carrying a Glock 29, so a 10 millimeter thick boy, right? I've been carrying this guy appendix, and I'm telling you, Tier 1 has been the best, most comfortable holster I have ever used, okay? And that's up for competition. If people think that there's other holsters out there that are better, that's cool, right? Everybody's gonna be a little bit different. Everybody's body style is gonna be a little bit different. For me, and the people that I personally know that use these things, once you wear these, you're like, it's really nice. So, that being said, I've always had really good experiences with their holsters. They've always been great. This has always been wonderful. This past, I don't know if it was weekend, a week ago, probably, yeah, about a week ago, we've been out camping, doing different stuff, doing a lot of driving, doing a lot of walking, and I noticed something fall down my leg, and it was kind of strange, and I was like, that's not really a good feeling when you feel something falling down your leg. Kind of weird. And so I looked down at my foot, and the little claw, this little piece right here, had fallen off of my holster, right? This one right here, it fell off. Obviously, the screws came out. It's got two screws right here. They came out, the claw fell out, and thankfully, I was able to retrieve it, right? Thankfully, also, these do, if you look at the design of these holsters, these do have two screws, right, that hold in that claw, and they also have one screw on the bottom, at least this particular one. They have one screw on the bottom that you can use for retention, right? You use all three for retention, but if those two screws are the only screws that held retention on this gun, and the claw fell off, and the retention's gone, then the gun's basically not, it's kind of like sitting in a bag, right? There'd be no retention left. There'd be nothing squishing the holster together to hold the gun in there. Thankfully, I was able to keep using the holster, and until I got back home and I cannibalized one of my other Tier 1 holsters, which it does only have two screws. Thankfully, I was able to keep using this because it still had retention and cannibalize this other claw off of the other holster and keep using this. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that I posted about this, and I'll be completely honest, that was somewhat a selfish thing, or not selfish, I guess it's selfish, I don't know. I kind of was hoping Tier 1 would send me some screws or something, or at least tell me what size screws that these needed to be. I was kind of hoping that, but I was not expecting them to send me a whole new like hardware kit, right? So they have, I don't know if these are, they said that this is their new hardware stuff. So you can see the difference. The old ones that they have, the old hardware they have on their clips right here, they have different holes, right? Just individual holes that you can use to adjust your ride or the ride height, whatever, of the holster. These kind of have, the new ones, I'll put it up over here a little bit. They kind of have, you can see where the holes are, but it's cut out in between. And I don't know if there's much anything else different. There's a little bit of aesthetic difference. This is kind of angled instead of just completely curved, as well as they have a new, this is different, this is their new claw, so it's adjustable in how much it pushes into you. And let's take a step back for just a second and kind of talk about the claw. The way that what this does, like, who cares, what's it really do? The thing that this does is it pushes against your belt, and it pushes the gun, the butt of the gun, into you, right? Not in an uncomfortable way, but it pushes it into you because this right here is the hardest part of a firearm to conceal. This part is fine. The barrel length is fine. You can hide a pretty long firearm because it's going straight up and down. That's fine. It's the piece that sticks out, right? So if this is a longer grip, it'd be really, really hard to conceal. This is a relatively easy gun to conceal, even though it's thick, which that's another dimension that's comes into concealability and everything, but it's mainly how much this sticks out, because when you put this on your body, you don't have things sticking out of your body, right? If it curved, that'd be one thing, but these guns don't curve, so it sticks out. So what that claw does is it helps push the gun into you to kind of curve to your body. It's really awesome. Whoever invented that, they're freaking geniuses. But it's a simple little bitty thing. But so they have a new one, it looks like, that is adjustable in its again, its ride height, right? So it can actually get on your belt, because I've had some holsters out there that have claw kind of things, and sometimes, depending on how you wear the holster, the claw will kind of sit just a little bit below your belt or try to sit above your belt. It just doesn't jive right. So it doesn't work properly, right? Well, if you can adjust that height, that's actually a really cool thing. Makes it more user serviceable, as it were, user friendly. So you can adjust it to, you know, your belt size, your waist size, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take off the hardware. I wasn't even planning on doing this because I didn't know that, really didn't know if or what they were gonna send me, and they did. They sent me this whole thing. So I'm gonna put this stuff back on, put this other claw back on my 19 holster, and we'll try out these new belt clips too. So let's put these things on, and nice enough of them, they did send some Loctite. And one more word on this, and I'll just put this stuff on, then I'll show you it afterwards. I don't take it as a knock against Tier 1 for not Loctiting their stuff, because, like, I mean, these two screws that go on this claw, they do aid in retention. That's a big deal. It's part of how you get your retention, not just this one screw here, right? If you look at the other 19 holster I got, it has two holes where that claw goes, but there's no light, right? So they added another screw down here, another retention point for that light. I'm assuming that's what it's for. And there is no way for Tier 1 to know how tight you want these holsters to be. Some people like them to be very loose, right? So you can snatch the gun out real quick. Some people like them to be pretty tight. I prefer mine to be a little bit tighter versus looser. So if I'm running around hiking, whatever, it's not going to come out. If it bumps into something, it's not just going to come out. I got to purposely pull that thing out. Make sure I get a good grip on the gun to solidly pull the gun out. Anyway, but that's how I like it, but other people may not like it that way. So I don't take it as or give it a knock, give Tier 1 a knock for not Loctiting their stuff, because they don't know. I believe they probably tell you to Loctite their stuff, but common sense says Loctite your stuff. I should have had mine Loctite, but they sent me some Loctite. So we're going to use that. I'm going to put this on, and we'll take a look at this when I'm done in just a second. All right, well, that was painless enough, I think. It took me a little bit. It's always when you're dealing with a bunch of little pieces, you know, trying to feed little whatever these things are called, the female side of the screw. I don't know. When you're trying to feed little pieces and parts into the thing from underneath, and like, it can take a little bit of time, especially when you start dropping stuff, but we got through it all right. So these are the new hardware that they have on here. As you can see, I was kind of talking about earlier, these are kind of angled, whereas the older ones are rounded, right? So the older ones are rounded, the newer ones are kind of angled a little bit. I don't know if there's a whole lot of difference there. It looks like there might be a little bit more stuff on the bottom here to grab when you're trying to open up the holster or open up the clips to slide it over your belt maybe. But it doesn't look like they've changed much as far as like your belt width or anything. So I mean, it doesn't seem to be a significant huge change. I don't know if it's more cosmetic stuff. I don't know why they changed it. I don't see anything wrong with these ones, but it's cool, and I'm gonna give it a run. I do see an advantage to the new claw, right? This new claw does seem like an advantage because it sticks out further, or it seems like it does. Sticks out a little bit further than the old claw, and it is adjustable. So maybe you don't need so much of a claw, so you can take off some of these pieces and kind of make it how you know, make it push the gun into you as much as you want, or not as much as you want. As much as you want, or as little as you want. That's what I was going for. I knew there was something that didn't sound right. Anyway, everything seemed to go together just fine. I Loctited everything down. Hopefully we shouldn't have any problems this time. But I'm gonna give it a run. I'm gonna keep using this guy. This has become, I haven't really made too many videos about this gun particularly. We will do that when the time comes, but being up here in Alaska, I feel the need to carry a slightly larger or more potent round, and so a different gun was in my eyes necessary. And so having a good holster that I could rely on was a big deal. And so Tier 1, even though yes, I didn't Loctite it, so the screws came out because I didn't Loctite it. It's not on them. I'm putting that on me, not on them. But they have been a really good company to work with. I seriously did not really expect them to send me more screws or even a complete hardware set that's totally cool. So anyway, kudos to you, Tier 1. I'll continue using this stuff, and we'll see how this new stuff works. I have high hopes for it. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions about any of this, just let me know. Yes, we will do a review on that gun later on down the road, but the holster kind of stuff, really like this, and we'll just see how it works. That's enough of that. Y'all be good, you be safe. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since I made a video. I'm all tongue-tied, and I'm a little bit tired. But that's it. All right, y'all take care, and hopefully we'll catch y'all in the next video.